Welcome back to Kleppers Corner, where we track the only man who can bankrupt both a casino and the Department of Justice in the same week, Donald J. Trump. Today is September 21st, 2025, and the presidential calendar reads like a bad Mad Libs. Visa ban, martyr funeral, DOJ shakeup, TikTok sale. It's like someone said, hey, what if a presidency was just a string of plot twists from Succession, but with more spray tan and fewer coherent sentences? So let's dive in. Segment 1, the H-1B proclamation, when immigration becomes pay to play. So Trump's newest brainwave is this. If you're a skilled immigrant who wants to work in the U.S., your company has to pay a $100,000 supplemental fee. That's right, it's the immigration equivalent of bottle service. You're not just coming here to code for Microsoft, you're buying the champagne package with sparklers at Club MAGA. Now, Trump says this is about protecting American jobs. But let's be real. It's about turning immigration into a luxury item. America is now basically selling green cards like Costco sells bulk peanut butter. Except Costco doesn't add a $100,000 surcharge to let you buy a jar. And the rollout? Oh, it was chaos. Companies told their workers abroad to rush back immediately or risk being locked out. Airports looked like Black Friday at Best Buy, except instead of TVs, people were fighting for their livelihoods. Families scrambling, ticket prices surging, and somewhere Trump is probably thinking, wow, this looks a lot like Home Alone 2, which, by the way, I was in. Great cameo, people loved it. And then the White House clarified, oh, don't worry, current visa holders are fine. This only applies to new petitions. So the whole global panic, just part of the performance. Trump basically created a scarecrow policy. Make it terrifying at first, then walk it back so people thank you for being slightly less terrifying. It's like if someone threatened to burn your house down, then said, relax, I'll just torch the garage. And you're supposed to feel grateful. The corporate fallout is massive. Tech companies are screaming, India is furious, and innovation is basically being rerouted straight to Bangalore. But Trump doesn't care. Why? Because in his mind, this is just another revenue stream. He's turned the U.S. into the world's most expensive cover charge. Forget give me you're tired, you're poor. Now it's give me you're tired, you're poor, and $100,000 per head. Segment 2, the Charlie Kirk Memorial, from tragedy to Trump rally. Arizona hosted the biggest funeral/political rally in U.S. history, as Trump and his cabinet turned Charlie Kirk's memorial into something between a Billy Graham revival and a WWE tribute night. Tens of thousands packed a stadium. DHS slapped a national sector level event rating on it, and the message was clear. Kirk wasn't just a conservative activist, he was the movement's patron saint. Now, normally a funeral is about grief, but here, it was about mobilization. Stephen Miller got up and declared, you thought you could kill Charlie Kirk, but you made him immortal, which is a little dramatic. Most people get immortality by, I don't know, writing Hamlet. But in Trump world, you just need a Fox Nation subscription and a tragic end. The event was filled with Christian singers, biblical posters, and MAGA leaders comparing Kirk to a modern-day disciple. Which is funny because I don't remember any of the apostles owning PACs and doing podcast ads for crypto wallets. And of course, Trump himself shows up and says it's a tough day, before immediately pivoting into campaign mode. The subtext was clear. This wasn't just about honoring Kirk. This was about weaponizing grief. The funeral basically became a political rally with hymns. It's like if Woodstock ended with everyone registering to vote Republican. The danger here? Turning tragedy into a political mobilization strategy works. It fuses emotion with politics, grief with loyalty. And suddenly, you're not just fighting for a platform, you're fighting for the memory of a fallen warrior. And if history teaches us anything, movements built on martyrs don't exactly prioritize nuance. Segment 3, the Justice Department under Trump's thumb. This weekend, Trump went full dictator cosplay by openly demanding that his attorney general prosecute his rivals. On social media, he basically wrote, Pam, hurry up and charge Letitia James, James Comey, Adam Schiff. Justice must be served now. Subtle. It's like your boss emailing you at 2 a.m. with, please fix this spreadsheet or you're fired, except the spreadsheet is the U.S. Constitution. And when prosecutors in Virginia didn't play along, out they went. Trump forced out U.S. Attorney Eric Siebert and immediately replaced him with Lindsay Halligan, a loyalist and one of his former lawyers. Because nothing screams impartial justice like my defense attorney is now your prosecutor. The logic is simple. Don't cross Trump. If you do, you're gone. If you pledge loyalty, you're promoted. It's not even hidden anymore. It's The Sopranos, but without the charm or the pasta. And the bipartisan response? Even Republicans like Rand Paul are like, maybe don't weaponize the DOJ. When Rand Paul is the voice of reason, you know we're in trouble. This isn't a political norm being bent. It's being snapped like a cheap Trump tie. The scary part? This conditioning works. Trump supporters now see justice not as blind, but as something you can buy at the MAGA gift shop between the red hats and the Diet Coke commemorative cans. Segment 4. The TikTok consortium, turning an app into a Trump asset. Finally, Trump revealed his dream team for buying TikTok. Rupert Murdoch, Larry Ellison, Michael Dell. Basically, the billionaires' Avengers. Except instead of saving the world, they're saving lip-sync dances and political propaganda. The justification is national security. Can't have China controlling the algorithm, right? But Trump admits he's a little prejudiced in favor of TikTok because Charlie Kirk told him it was good for reaching young voters. So yes, the entire U.S.-China tech standoff boils down to Trump wanting more Gen Z followers for his dad jokes. The proposed board would be stacked with Americans, 6 out of 7 seats. And those Americans, handpicked by Trump. Because who better to manage a youth-driven app than a bunch of septuagenarian billionaires who think going viral means catching pneumonia?
But the strategy is clear.
This isn't about security, it's about control. Take a global platform and hand it to people loyal to Trump. It's the digital equivalent of buying a megaphone, then duct taping it to your face. The risk? It transforms TikTok into yet another political weapon. Imagine every trending sound replaced with lock her up remixes. Imagine every dance challenge ending with a QR code for a Trump rally. That's not security, that's state-sponsored cringe. So what did we learn from September 21st, 2025? That Trump's presidency is like improv comedy. Chaotic, self-serving, and occasionally funny if you ignore the existential dread. He turned immigration into a cover charge, a funeral into a rally, the DOJ into his personal hit squad, and TikTok into a potential campaign prop. And the scariest part? It's all one philosophy. Power through transaction, loyalty through fear, and politics as performance. Which means tomorrow's news cycle, probably even weirder. Stay tuned, America, because in Trump's America, the circus never leaves town.